Birth slowly becomes death by way of aging, if not by accident, disease, or falling prey, in a natural life process. There are a few species of animals in which the process of aging is extremely slow. Believe it or not, surely all these animals can greatly outlive you. The tortoise. As children, all of us might have heard or read about the tortoise's immortality. The lifespan of a tortoise is 100 to 250 years. A tortoise shell, contrary to common belief, actually has 60 different interconnected bones. They are unable to swim, but have the power to hold their breath for a very long time. Tortoises empty their lungs before they squeeze their protruding head into their shell. They like to sunbathe and are usually active during the day. Surprisingly, females can store sperm and produce eggs up to 3 to 4 years later. They can reproduce till death. The sea urchin. Sea urchins usually live in warm waters close to the coral reefs or on the rocky bottom. Their lifespan's up to 200 years. They never stop growing but don't get old. Their mouth has 5 sharp teeth and they can drill a hole in a rock. Sea urchins originated roughly 450 million years ago. On the evolutionary tree, sea urchins share more genes with humans than worms and flies. They react instantly, even at the slightest movement in their vicinity. Sea urchins are eaten as sushi in Japan. They have the ability to regain their lost spines by regeneration. With ongoing research, there is a possibility that sea urchins may help us fight various infectious diseases. The rough-eye rockfish. Rough-eye rockfish are probably one of the longest living marine fish, living as long as 200 years. Red snapper, which you can sometimes find on restaurant menus, are actually rockfish. They do not lay eggs but give birth to live young ones. Rockfish have a bladder that adjusts to their buoyancy, as per depth levels under the sea. Their bladder expands when they are brought to the surface from the deep sea, but they cannot reverse it, which causes them to die. They are nicknamed black-tip rockfish, as their pectoral fins are black-tipped. Carp koi. Carp koi have a lifespan of over 200 years. Koi fish represent love and friendship in Japanese culture. As a gift, they are believed to bring good luck, so traditionally, they are handed over from one generation to the next in Japanese families. Koi have no stomach. Instead, they only have a gut. They have great memory and can even recognize the person who feeds them. Koi can mate with goldfish as well, and a prized koi fish can get you as much as $250,000. The bowhead whale. They are believed to live up to 200 years. The bowhead whale can grow up to a length of 66 feet and weigh as much as 100 tons. Bowhead whales were massively hunted for their meat and oil. A bowhead whale can blow air up to 20 feet in height and are strong enough to easily break a 1-foot-thick layer of ice. They could also stay up to 40 minutes continuously underwater without breathing. Bowhead whales reproduce slowly, only once every 3 to 4 years. A normal adult, on an average, eats around 100 tons of crustaceans in a single year. Ocean quahog. The world's oldest ocean quahog was 507 years old before its death in 2006. They are able to live for centuries because of their very slow metabolism. This ocean quahog was named after the Chinese dynasty Ming. Quahogs do not possess eyes, noses, ears, or brains. They just eat and have sex. Quahogs are officially called shells of Rhode Island. They are very good at filtering water. One large quahog can filter a gallon of water in an hour. freshwater pearl mussel. Freshwater pearl mussels possess negligible senescence. They have a lifespan of 210 to 250 years. Freshwater mussel species have the ability to create a pearl. They reproduce for over 75 years and can produce 200 million larvae. During their first year, they live in synergy on the gills of a young salmon. If you break the shell open to check for a pearl inside, the mussel dies. An adult pearl mussel can filter 50 liters of water a day. Antarctic sponge. The Antarctic sponge has an extremely slow growth rate because of the very low temperature there. Some of the oldest known specimens are as old as 1,550 years. Sponges have been inhabiting the Earth for the last 600 million years. They do not have a complex digestive, circulatory, or nervous system, nor do they possess eyes, ears, heads, brains, arms, or legs. These immobile creatures are actually animals, though once thought to be planted. They can filter water 100,000 times their size in a day. Sponges often use chemicals to keep away their predators. Turritopsis Dorn jellyfish. This jellyfish, discovered in 1883, can truly be called immortal because of its unique regenerative powers, which came to our knowledge only 2 decades ago. Their cells can transform into different kinds of cells, like a muscle cell can change into a sperm cell, or even an egg cell, or vice versa. This is termed as transdifferentiation, which has never been seen in any other animal. This jellyfish has the capacity to reverse age and become young once again. And this cycle is repeatable multiple times. That is why it is called immortal. The jellyfish is hardly visible, therefore it is very difficult to spot it. When the jellyfish reaches its maturity, its cells can change and it becomes a polyp again. It has a large stomach which is red in color. It can die only from sickness or when it falls prey to a predator. This immortal jellyfish is smaller than your fingernail. Water bears. Water bears, also known as tardigrades or moss piglet, have existed for 530 million years. They have some superpowers which make them virtually immortal. They can stop all their metabolic activities completely by a process called cryptobiosis. Water bears do not grow by cell division. Their cells just expand to a bigger size. They are found everywhere, in Antarctic ice, in deep ocean beds, high up in the Himalayas, on moss, tree barks, everywhere. Water bears can survive extreme heat up to 150 degrees Celsius. They have even survived a temperature of minus 272 degrees Celsius. In extremely cold conditions, they survive by dropping their water content drastically, almost dehydrating themselves. These water bears can live for a decade without food and water. These are able to survive extreme pressure also. They can withstand pressure up to 6,000 times the normal atmospheric pressure. If exposed to extreme radiations, they can survive more than 1,000 times of extreme radiation than a human being can withstand. You can also put them in highly toxic environmental conditions, and they are seen to have survived for years with the help of a unique process known as chemobiosis. They have also been seen to survive in the most hostile environment known to mankind, i.e., space. In one experiment conducted in 2007, these water bears were actually put into space in dehydrated condition, exposing them to extreme conditions of vacuum and ultraviolet radiations. They were kept there for 10 days. When they were brought back to Earth and rehydrated, they unbelievably revived in just 30 minutes. And not only that, they were also able to reproduce in a normal way. These water bears can lie dormant for 100 years, and even after that, they are able to revive with just a drop of water.